Back with another video. Hope y'all enjoyed the last one. Um, this is this is just situations that I face, things that I go through on a daily basis. So I just kind of I want to share, you know, the things that I'm kind of going through. Hopefully, it helps somebody. Hopefully, I can encourage somebody to kind of you know take the advice that I kind of throw out there and just kind of live better. So thank you. So I kind of just want to just hop right into it. So today is the day that my brother went to sleep 2 years ago. He went to sleep at 3:41. That's when God had his final say so. It was definitely a tough time, still is to this day, but we definitely holding up, definitely staying strong, and definitely just praying. So as the day kind of approached, I kind of been by myself, and I kind of just been thinking about some things, and asking God and questioning God. Just of course, we all want to know why and everything like that. And one of the things that I asked him, is it really the fact that they leaving, or is it something else? Right? Because when people leave, we're human, so we get emotional, and it's crazy. So one of the things that kind of got me, I just always wonder, like, why do people kind of go crazy like that? Is it, I know, people mean a lot to people and stuff like that. So, it's crazy though, but it got to be something else that we kind of not seeing and that we kind of not really looking at. So one of the things that, for me, as far as my brother in my situation, it was the fact that me and my brother never really sat down and talked. We brothers, so we went through a lot of stuff throughout the years, and we never really talked about it. We never really kind of got it right. We never really, said we love you as much as we should have. We never really, sat down. As we got older, we kind of went separate ways, and when you go your separate ways, the communication kind of be off unless you put in the time and the work. So it was just like, man, this is crazy. So as I came up with that thought, I started looking at people that lost people, and I started to think, looking at statuses and just talking to people and stuff like that. And one of the things I realized that, man, that got to be it. Is things that's left unsaid. Is hug that was missed. It was texts that went ignored. It was phone calls that was ignored and everything of the sort because of situations that kind of happened or whatever, and it escalated into something else. So I said, man, that is crazy. So that's one of the things I just want to kind of talk about and share my journey of how I'm kind of going through it or whatever, and kind of getting over it because it was just like, man, when my brother left, I had to examine myself. I said, man, this is crazy. I wish I could have did this. I wish I could have did that. And I know a lot of times, a lot of us feel like that. Feel like that, and it hurts because you can't go back and talk to him. You can't, do anything. You can't say, I'm sorry, or I forgive you, or do you forgive me? You can't say those things though. So I said, God, man, how can I do it? And we can't turn the clock back or do it, but I can encourage somebody else that's still here today, that you have a grudge against, that you have just whatever the situation is, that you can get it right today. It is 2022. People are passing away daily, and this is the time to do it right now before they go on to be with the Lord. This is the time. And even if they already gone, this is the time for you to kind of get free and heal from those things, because you don't want to go over the rest of your life and allow those things to be over your head, because if you do, it's going to turn to something else. And then if you think about it, you may not really see it, but it shows up in other aspects where you living different, you talking different, all because of that. So I really hope I can help free somebody today from those situations, and really help some people, other people that's still here, that still kind of in those situations where they can get it right, but they just want to. So I wrote, I got like a few scriptures. My first one coming from Mark 11:25-26. It says, when you praying, first forgive anyone you holding a grudge against, so that your Father in heaven forgive your sins too. But if you do not forgive, neither will the Father forgive your trespasses. And that's one of the things as us people we have to work on, man. We have to forgive. that is the toughest pill to swallow because, man, when people that you love, people that you care for, people that you will freaking die for and do anything for, when these people mess over you, man, it sends a different message to your brain and to your soul and to your spirit where it's just like, man, I can't stand you. And it's just like, oh my God, this is crazy. But in the spiritual aspect of it, it penetrates through your soul and your spirit and goes so deep down in there. If you don't deal with it to the point, it will start escalate to something else. Paul said, when I wanted to good, evil was there. And sometimes when you want to forgive somebody or you want to make it right, man, you just can't. That's because it escalated to something else and you never really solved it at that moment where you should have. And the next scripture was from Matthew 18:21 to 22. Paul asked Jesus, how many times do I have to how many times I got to forgive my brother? He said 77 times. Because I forgave you 77 times. Listen, we human. We go through stuff. We say stuff that we don't mean in the heat of the moment. And sometimes, man, we don't mean to say it, but we do say it. But you have to continue to forgive. You have to, because people are dropping every single day. And you have to continue to forgive, man. Families are falling apart today, right now, because can't nobody simply forgive. Somebody didn't even probably mean to say it. You didn't even mean to say it. And we sitting here and these people are gone now. Now we're stuck with this thing and trying to get rid of it. But I want to get you free today where you have to forgive. One of the things that I did in that situation, I wrote my brother. I know he couldn't respond, but I wrote him. Every time I thought about something, man. I wrote them because I had to get myself free from this, man. I couldn't hold on to it much longer, man, because it really made me question some things. I said, man, could I done something different? Man, I didn't mean to do that, man. My bad. But he's not here to tell him that though, so I had to find another way, and that was the way for me. I wrote them and it's just like, man, I'm sorry. I apologize, bro. I wish I could have did that. I wish I could have did that. But you have to get free from that today, man, because you do not want that, man. It will start showing up in different areas of your life where you start to live different. You start to move different and you will never see it until somebody really acknowledge, like, man, you used to be like this and like that. But before you know it, years then gone by and you've been stuck with that thing open. But today, man, you have to find your way. Mine was writing them every single day. Mine was every single day writing them. And that's how I got free from it. And only way you can do that, man, is through love. One of the things that First John and Ephesians talk about is we have to love one another every single day. We have to forgive one another. We have to be tenderhearted, man. You can't get mad every single time somebody do something to you, man, because you don't know where it can lead to. You don't. Sometimes you have to turn the other cheek, man. The Bible says, do not let the sun go down in your wrath, which means don't go to bed, man, angry. Because the enemy will go down in your spirit and something else will happen. And when you try to forgive him or you want to forgive him, man, you just never find your way around to him until the day that you see him laying down. The doctor say, this is all we can do. They're gone. Now you sitting there like, man, this is crazy. So today, if you have a chance to get it right with anybody that you have a grudge against, anybody that you just have mixed feelings against, somebody hurted you, man, it doesn't matter if you don't even feel it or not, man. If you can think back on situations that happened between you and your mother, you and your father, you and your sister, you and your brother, you and a friend, get it right today. Get it right today. That's the only way that you could bear to get free. And God is love. So if God is love and you say you know what love is, that means love has no flaw, which means love can conquer it all. Love is the most, God says in the Bible, man, faith, hope, and charity, but the best one of them all was love, because he's love, which means there is no flaw in it. So if you use it the right way and you go and get it right, doesn't matter if that person accepted or not, down the line, I guarantee you it's going to come back, because that God said it in his word. If you forgive, then he'll forgive you. You have to continue to. Don't wait until you see somebody on their deathbed, man, and you just trying to get it right. No, get it right today. Call them, text them, man. Whatever you got to do, man. Wake them up tonight. Go and get it right because you do not want to see the day where it's just like, man, I wish I could have got it right. I wish I could have said I love you. I wish I could have did this. Communication is such a huge factor in life. That's the only way relationships work is communication. Don't be afraid to say I love you. Don't be afraid to say, man, I'm sorry. Don't be afraid to say, man, you know what? Do you forgive me? Do you? I do not want to walk around another day without getting this thing right. And that's the only way that we can live. You can't pick and choose when you want to do it. You can't pick and choose who you want to love. You can't pick and choose who you want to forgive. It doesn't work like that because if God did to us, man, we will not be here. We will not be here. So if you can get it right, then get it right. It doesn't matter if that person responded. I still had a conversation. Don't allow that thing to go down in your spirit. Don't allow that thing to go down in your soul. And if it have, get free from it today. Have a conversation, even if you're just sitting there. Have a conversation. Write it out, but let that stuff go. Because they're gone and you can't talk to them no more. So it's only one other way. And you start talking to God and ask him, Lord, how do I get this to release, man? Write that stuff down. Let those tears go and everything. Forgive. Forgive. This is 2022. Only way back families can come back together. Only way friends and family can stay together and all that type of stuff, man, is if we learn how to love, we learn how to forgive, and we learn how to communicate. This COVID is going crazy right now. I'm 2 minutes a little bit over my time, but I just want to say I love everyone. If you're going through a hard time, I'm definitely praying for you. If you need help, my inbox is always open. My church is doing Zoom in church person every other Sunday. If you're looking, man, it's time to do it. It's time to do it because you don't want to lose something and you didn't get a chance to say something. Tell that person you love them today. Tell that person that I forgive you. Tell that person, do you forgive me today? Get it right. Because if that person leave tomorrow or tonight while you sleeping, I'm telling you, that's a different type of pain. Yeah, it's going to heal, but that's a different type of pain when you can do. You got to stop putting stuff off that you can do today for tomorrow. I said that right. Because you don't want to hold that stuff. Get it right. That's the advice for 2022. Get it right. Let's do this thing. If we gonna be in this year, then let's do it. Forgive, love, communicate. Even if it happens over and over again. Jesus told Peter, I'm going to forgive him because I'm going to forgive you. 2022, man. Let's do this thing.